If you logged into FlightHub 2 recently, you will have noticed a new splash page letting you know that linear mapping is now an option. This has been coming for quite a while now, so it's nice to finally see it here. So what is linear mapping and when do you use it? Linear mapping allows you to create maps that follow winding paths such as roads or rivers. If you're not already using FlightHub 2, then you might want to check out the videos I have on how to get started, and I'll link to those in the description. So let's dive into FlightHub 2 and see how it's done. I'm going to enter my training project here, and we're going to run a linear map covering this road at a nearby commercial area. To do that, we're going to go into the flight route library, click on the plus sign, and now we've got this new option called linear route. I'm going to click on that, select my drone, which is a Mavic 3 Enterprise, and call it Linear Route Demo. The first thing we need to do is set our takeoff point, and I'm going to set that at this car park over here. And now I'm going to set up a route that follows along this path, starting on the west side of this road and heading over to the east. And we will set up that route by clicking to add points along the path. It doesn't do curves very well, so if you have a curving path, you will need to add quite a few points along the way. When we're finished, we click on the check mark to create the route. Now we're going to set up the altitude to fly. I'm going to set that to 165 feet and leave it as AGL or above ground. That's because I know this area climbs quite a bit from where I'm going to be parking to the starting point, and I want it to follow the ground level. By default, it's going to fly backwards and forwards several times. You can change that to a single route, which will basically create just one path through the entire thing. But I think a zigzag route for us is going to make more sense. We also have an option for flight route direction, and it says you can go parallel to the center line or vertical. So if you wanted to change it to vertical, you can. But I think for efficiency, parallel to the center line actually makes more sense for us here. There's also the usual elevation optimization, which can be turned off, but in this case I'm going to leave it on as it does something slightly different to regular mapping. With regular mapping, it flies back to the center point with the camera at a 45-degree angle, but here it will refly the whole route with the camera at that angle, and we will see that later. Now we're ready to run this, so let's get over to the site and get set up. Okay, here we are on site. I have the drone ready to go, and RTK is connected and has a fixed position. You don't have to use RTK, but if you have that option, I would suggest you use it, as it really helps improve the overlay on the maps later on. We're going to load the mission from the cloud, and as you can see from the colors, there's quite a bit of altitude difference across the area being mapped. We're going to hit play and then run flight route. It's a nice sunny day, so I'm going to select shutter priority and set the shutter speed to 1/1000th of a second, which should ensure we get nice sharp pictures. Now we'll let it run backwards and forwards, capturing the data. Near the end, you can see that it does fly up the middle of the path because we used elevation optimization. So it's going to do that with a gimbal angle at 45 degrees. Now we upload these for processing and check out the results, which as you can see gives us a nice map of the road without the need to cover any of the other areas. So a great way to capture curving areas, and it's nice to be able to do this on a PC instead of doing it on a tiny little screen. Anyway, that's it for another video. If you enjoyed that, don't forget to like and subscribe. Feel free to leave any comments or questions. I'll see you in the next video.